My name is Remains of the West, wishing you live and direct from the Isle of Africa. If this is your first time watching this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I am going to be doing a continuation video from yesterday. If you notice, my yesterday video was not so good. I was having network issues, and the video cut halfway, so it wasn't completed. And today I want to complete it. So we are still going to be talking about the meaning of the Holy Guardian Angel, HGA, in African spirituality. And we are going to be talking about the importance of libation, why we do libation, the science of libation, and I'll be also doing a practical demonstration. And so I have earlier told you guys that I'll be doing. So today we are continuing from where we stopped yesterday. We are doing a new video altogether. People complained that it was cracking, it was hanging, buffeting, all sort of things. The network was really poor. Let's hope that it's not like that today. So before I start, I would like to give reverence to our ancestors and deities to call them to join the video, and they should put us through in one or two things so we can learn today. So I will start once again by calling him Baba Legwa, aka Eshu, the opener of the way, okay? The one that people are afraid of, okay? They say it's the devil, but it's not the devil. It's simply a principle of choice, making the best decisions that will be necessary for you, for your movement and your forward mobility. So, Baba Legba, Eshu, Elegbara, Ashe, and Oshun, Ashe, Ezuli, Ashe, Sekhmet, Ashe, Oya, Ashe, Heteru, Ashe. Some of these deities are same deities with different names in different cultures, okay? It's okay to call them like that. Anyone you remember, anyone that you feel connected to. Okay, these are female principles or female deities, and we kind of respecting the maternal principle. And we call enough of them. That we call some males, we call Ogun, is Shango, is Amadioa, is Orumila, is Ogbegodo, is Ojurie, is Ouye, is Ogberaga, is Omotepopo, is then we can call some Kemetic deities, and Asa is Aset, is Sekhmet once again, is Shehuti, is Ampu Anubis, is then you can call some your ancestors, people in your bloodline, your parents, grandparents, all of them are part of the process. And I can call Boze, it's Ominigbo, it's Onumake, it's Fela Nicola Kokuti, it's that one is always included. Michael Jackson, it's Dr. John Eric Clark, it's Malcolm X, it's Martin Luther King, it's Marcus Garvey, it's these are people that are worthy of emulation, people that have done great things for Africa, people that we would like to copy, we would like to be like, they are worthy of role models, okay? We call them, we call their spirit, we thank them, we ask them to be here with us, we ask them to guide us, and we ask them to continue to live through us. Then we can end it with all the spirits that stands for truth, justice, and righteousness. We call them today. We thank them, we ask them to be present here. Then, of course, we can call people that have died unjustly, our brothers and sisters that have died without justice, people that died during the colonization, during slave trade, those people that died in the Atlantic Ocean, people that died in places that they were not buried, people that died unjustly, people that died without help, people that died lonely, people that are unfortunate, unborn children, souls that perish unnecessarily, that are still trapped. We call them today. We give them water. We give them drink. We give them life, so that they can have life, so that they can also live through us. As they cry for justice, we also promise them justice. We promise them peace. We promise them wellness. We promise them soothing to heal their pain that we acknowledge, and we are going to also make sure that justice is done for them. We call all fallen brothers and sisters in the struggle, people that have died fighting for the upliftment, development, advancement of Africa, people that have cut short within their time. We give those ones drink, we acknowledge them. We acknowledge the great works that our forefathers have uh, did for us, the good people that stand for Africa, our ascended ancestors. We give them life this day, we give them water this day, remember them this day. We ask that their spirits, their ideas, all what they stand for, continue to empower us to bring us out to the next level to our spiritual evolution. It's okay. So we call them today and we thank them, and it's as simple as this. So later on after this video, I'm going to turn this thing, I'm going to turn it straight into the earth. Okay, so we have presence them yet here today. So I'll be talking about the Holy Guardian Angel. This is a term that was made public by Western occultism in the early 60s or 70s. Uh, it was made public by a so-called mage that called himself Abraham Merlin the Mage, and it was actually a grimoire, one of these Western occultist grimoire that you can find it on the internet. It's easy, simple to download. You don't need to buy it. Just check for the sacred magic of Abraham Merlin the Mage or the Mage. Okay, what this person was talking about, or the philosophy of, he was talking about a spell that he did, that he was able to use through this process to meet his holy guardian angel. And he talked about the story of how he went into isolation for almost 9 months to a year, every day praying, fasting, burning insects, doing long litany of meditation. A very stressful process. He did this for a very long time, and in the end, a angel came to him that explained to him that his holy guardian angel, and for him to be able to see this holy guardian angel mean that he have completed his lesson or his assignment in this lifetime. There's nothing else for him to do except to, of course, just die. So after that experience, he started living a wayward life and living like any other person. And this is how it went for him. This was his own story. And people in spirituality have this concept of the holy guardian angel. It is supposed to be an angel that is assigned to you from birth, a spirit that is supposed to be in charge of protecting you, guiding you, and directing you in your life. Okay, so we believe that every human being, as far as you are living, good or bad, you have a holy guardian angel. They are supposed to be a primal deity assigned by God, whatever God or whoever created you, the universe or zero point energy. People believe in Yahweh and all those holy spoke. Whatever you feel created you, assign a particular spirit for you. And in Western occultism, they believe that one of their high points of achievements is to discover this holy guardian angel. Okay, the essence is that they want to meet him, see the person, so that they can work with the person directly to achieve all their goals. Some people are just curious, so they feel that they have to fulfill this obligation. This part of being a very powerful or accomplished spiritualist or magician. Okay, but when it comes to African spirituality, we don't really have this term, but some traditionalists and spiritualists also use the term holy guardian angel. When it comes to African spirituality, we will say holy guardian angel. What we mean is simply spirits or deities or your ancestors or that are guiding the person, directing the person, and making sure the person accomplish certain important things in their life, or some accomplishment that is necessary for the person to achieve or to complete their lifetime. There are people that have certain destinies. People have certain destinies, that things that they are supposed to do in this world. Okay, everybody come here with different responsibilities, different purposes. So the aim of the person or the practitioner or the acolyte or the student is to try to discover their primary purpose of why they are here. Okay, what is their highest goal, their highest desire, what is true to their nature. This idea, this is the purpose, this is supposed to be the purpose of man, to discover what is their primary reason or motivation for living in life. Okay, so in African spirituality, people have different gifts that they are here to render in service of humanity to make this world a better place. So the essence of the whole practice is to be in tune, to know yourself, know thyself. It's always the number one thing, know yourself. How do you know yourself? You study your environment, you study everything around you, and you see, you find out your highest goals, your highest aspirations. Most times, we discover this by uh, recognizing our passion, the things that give us the greatest happiness, the greatest joy in life, what makes you the most happiest, what you feel you can do comfortably and you don't consider it work or stress. This is almost the kind of thing that you need to find out about you. Okay, once you can be able to discover this thing that gives you the greatest happiness, and what you can keep on doing, and you are very good at doing it, you are excellent at doing it, then we'll say you have kind of discovered your purpose and in life, and also you have discovered the spirit that is assigned to be guiding you. Okay, most times the deities that will be guiding you are deities in charge of this very skill or talents that you have. Okay, for instance, now let's say somebody is his talent is to be a warrior. He's supposed to be a soldier. He loves. This is what he likes to do. He likes to protect people. He likes to fight. He likes to do things that involve physical human strength, like wrestling, like heavy duty work, those kind of assignment. And this person loves this kind of thing. He feels comfortable doing it. Then it's only natural that his destiny is supposed to be somebody that will be a protector, maybe a police officer, a soldier, or somebody in law enforcement, or somebody that's in that kind of reach. So naturally, his guardian angel is supposed to be a deity representing this principle. In that case, we'll say a deity like Ogun will be his primary deity. Ogun or Shango will be their primary deity. So we can say that Shango is the holy guardian angel, or Ogun is the holy guardian angel of such a person. Okay, because they both have similar characteristics, goal, and attributes. Okay, so this is how you discover the holy guardian angel of person. Then when the you find out that in the life of this person will be drawn to this kind of spirits, this kind of deities, and they'll be easy to work together. And this is how it naturally goes. And sometimes you can see somebody that is fueled by the maybe by the ideas or philosophy of love, unity, or taking care of children, something like that. This person has the kind of motherly nature, and you can see these people in the profession of maybe nursing, working as a nurse or as a doctor in the hospital, working in social services, social welfare skill, and this kind of things. And the person loves this kind of work. It resonates with them. They don't see it like they are going to work. They don't see it like stress. This kind of person will naturally resonate with spirits that in line of this kind of things, like Oshun or Mother Nature. It can be Ezuli, feminine principle of motherhood, of creativity, taking care of children, this kind of things. So this person will venerate this type of spirits in African spirituality. And we'll say This person is holy guardian angel, can be Oshun or can be Heteru, okay, mother of Eru or house of Eru or mother of nature or feminine deities that represent these attributes. So in other words, their holy guardian angel is uh is that very deity. Okay. So this is how it naturally resonates. Like me now, part of my skill, part of my talents in African spirituality is the act of teaching. As you can see, what I do on this channel is about teaching, trying to explain things, trying to make it simple to understand. So one of my primary deities naturally right from time is Tehuti. Tehuti or Jehuti or Thoth, the ones they call M. Trimengistus or Luciferius Rufical. Even before I came into African spirituality proper, I have always been fascinated by this very spirit, this very deity in ancient Kemet, okay, the god of writing. And of course, you always see him with a pen. This is a deity that every student, everybody that is studying, you need to be venerating Tehuti because he's the god of writing. And that's why you see me always holding the pen. When you see me holding this pen, I am kind of trying to invoke Tehuti. Okay, this is a one coded thing I'm doing here on the channel. I'm trying to invoke him to have that spirit of that understand, to be able to teach and understand and bring this thing to explain it very, very clearly so that people can understand it. So this is one of my talents I have discovered, and it's one of my primary deity. So I will say in this regard, Tehuti is my holy guardian angel. Okay, we have the same characteristics. We are interested in the quest of knowledge and accumulation of wisdom and how to make useful use of this information, not just keeping it, how to make it accessible, how to transfer it, how to use it to improve our life, or how to apply it to real life situation. This is the scientific approach to issues, and this deity is in charge of that. So it's one of my primary deity. I would say it's one of my holy guardian angels. Then I also have many other holy guardian angels. Another one of them is Ampu or Anubis. Okay, the one that is the god of the dead. This is the deity that has caused people to the afterlife and to judgments. And it's also one of my holy guardian angel too, because I am fascinated by the concept of death. And death is a principle that we cannot escape. We are under the power of death. We are under the domain of this spirit, whether you like it or not. You cannot ignore it. So you have to embrace it so that you can live a meaningful life with the little time that you have. You have to learn how to use it judiciously, sorry. This spirit will teach you how to manage your time, how to manage your resources, how to to live a very useful, positive life that you will not waste it. A lot of people waste their life every day. I almost weep when I see the way people are wasting their life, especially in Africa. Millions of people are still wasting their life in Christianity, wasting their life doing things that is against their spirit, against their nature, wasting their life following different kind of direction that will not take them anywhere. Every day we see our youths, they have phone, instead of browsing useful things, they're wasting their life consuming garbage content, wasting their life praying, wasting their life doing the wrong things. They don't understand the concept of death, that they have limited time. They don't know, they don't venerate this deity. They're thinking maybe they will live forever, or they think they can escape, or they can outsmart. But nobody wins this one. Nobody makes it out alive. So when I talk about concept of death, you see me putting a score here. Is to remind you. This is to remind you of the fragility and the futility of this life. So you need to keep saying this. When you see it, you know that one day you're gonna be like this. So don't waste your time. Time is money. Time is everything. Is the real currency we have in this earth. What are you doing with your time right now? Are you wasting it? What can you be able to achieve? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? How can you make a positive impact? How do you spend your days? Do you spend them regretting? Do you spend them complaining? Do you spend it applying yourself? All these concepts, you're going to get it from the principle of death. So it's one of my primary, in fact, I work with this principle a lot. And I have to make contact with our ancestors. Right now, you see me doing libation. with this bowl now. I am doing libation. This is a mind form of necromancy. I am trying to interact with immaterial spirits. Some people will say I am crazy. Call it crazy, but in real science, I'm not crazy. I am talking with invisible forces that exist outside this realm of the living. I'm trying to make communication with them. I'm trying to give them something. I'm trying to send material, a liquid component to them. I'm trying to give them life. Water is life, so they can be able to have the capacity and the ability to come into this physical world to do some certain things, to bring my will, which is sharing this knowledge, empowering us, and doing whatever they can do to move us forward. So for me, there's a scientific principle involved in this, which I am acknowledging and also practicing and honoring too. So the principle of death for me is something that we cannot do without. The African ancestors we are talking to, they are all across this level. So for we to get in touch with them, we too have to go through this door, this gateway, and there's a deity in charge of this gateway, and I have to talk to this deity to give me permission or to take permission to be able to send my message to those people in charge of the domain. So I need to work with this principle. I just cannot ignore this principle. Okay. So when people see me talking about, they are afraid, they don't understand. When you get into African spirituality, there are things that you will see that you cannot do with that. Okay, you must work with them. So that deity is one of my primary deity. You see, I always talk about it all the time on this video. It is not to scare you. It is something you cannot ignore. You will die one day. So get used to the idea and start working with the principle. Make yourself comfortable. You are not going anywhere. Okay, so it's one of my holy guardian angel. Then, of course, I have my um, elemental spirits that are around me, spirits of the land that I am living, great spirits of Africa, spirits like Osin, Osinye, Aziza, and Oshun, goddess of fresh water. I have to work with this principle because water is life. I cannot ignore it. You just cannot ignore it. So I need to give credence to talk to the spirits behind that force. I have to communicate with the spirit behind that element, so I cannot ignore it. So I would say this spirit is one of my only guardian angel. I drink water every day, and I want the world to be a better place. I want the world to be peaceful. I want to see how we humans can be able to work in with the world, the rest of the elements in an harmonious balance. I cannot ignore this principle. I cannot ignore the earth deities. I cannot ignore Aziza. I cannot ignore. There are certain spirits you just cannot ignore. Okay, there are certain major ones. Some of them you can ignore them. You don't really need them every day. But some you cannot ignore. You must pass through their gates. They representing this element. You must drink water every day, right? You must eat food from the earth every day. Your plant needs the spirit behind this thing. You just cannot ignore them. Okay, these five elemental spirits, they are, you just can't ignore them. You have to learn how to work with them. Okay, so this is natural. So of course, spirits that are guiding you, that have your highest goal, your highest ideas that you want to emulate. These are your holy guardian angels. There are some things we want to do in life. Being that there's imbalance in the world today, imbalance brought into the world by religion, by colonization, the condition of the black race. Right now, we are oppressed, we have been enslaved, and all sort of bad things have happened to us, and we are still being oppressed by the so-called powers that be. And this is not the natural condition of us. This enemy, this NATO, Caucasian, white supremacy, whatever name, these beasts that is ruling the world today, whatever name they call themselves, they are not doing the right thing. They are not here to help the earth grow. They are not here to bring peace and harmony to the earth. They are here to bring imbalance, and this is exactly what they are doing. For we to regain that state of balance, that state of our natural being, that state of getting back to our feet, of doing the work we are supposed to do, we need to fight against this beast. We need to reject the name he has given us, third world country, or N world people, people that cannot do anything for themselves, people that are filled with poverty and suffering. The way these people have depicted us in their life, try to erase and steal everything from our history. We need to speak against all these things. We need to invoke the spirit of truth. We need to invoke the spirit of justice. We need to invoke the spirit of economic power, of segment of oil. We need to gain our access respect. We need to kick foreign religion of Africa. So we need to adopt deities that represent principles that show us how to do all these things. And we need to emulate people that stand against all this oppression. That's why I call notable people that speak against it. People like Marcus Garvey, like Malcolm X, people like Martin Luther King, people like Fela Anikulapo Kuti, people like Jerry Rawlings of Ghana, people like Kwame Nkrumah, powerful people, Pan-Africanists, Dr. Ivan Satima, Dr. John Eric Class. All these are people that we need to invoke their spirit to always be in us, be close to us. Okay? So, for most people, when we do these libations, we call them, and we make these people our holy guardian angels because we follow the philosophy of these people. Of course, when you follow the philosophy of this person, you will be like the person. For instance, in those days where we used to read, we go to jungle. We have these places we call jungle. It's a spot whereby people go to buy weed. And you see some people just sit there smoking from morning till night. Some of them are rastas, getting high. Then we'll ask, how this guy, everybody like weed, but this person is so obsessed. Why is this person so obsessed? Somebody will say that Bob Marley is his holy guardian angel. Okay, or they will say Fela is their holy guardian angel. Everybody will bust laugh. Uh, Back then, we didn't really know much, but people were saying the truth, but we didn't really know much. But we just align with what is right. And you just do the right thing. You don't need anybody to tell you what is good or what is not good. But you will know when you get to your gauge, you will know that I have had enough or this thing I'm doing. You just correct yourself. So the spirit still, we are still communicating with us, talking to us, guiding us. So for somebody to say, Bob Marley or Fela is their holy guardian angel, it means that they love this person so much, they want to be like this person. And of course, when you make somebody your holy guardian angel, there's good and bad side. We know Bob Marley smoked a lot of weed. So quite naturally, the person we tend to smoke a lot of weed too. And this naturally happens. You might adopt some of the characteristic of that deity or that person because you kind of being a little bit, I will not say possessed or obsessed, but focus too much attention on them. And if the person is somebody that is always trying to get things done or trying to do a particular thing in a particular way, you too tends to want to copy it. Everything that makes the person kicks, flies, or make them successful, you too want to do the same thing too, with the hope of being like this person. So there's a good and bad side of it. You might overdo things or you might do it more than the person self, which is not so good. Make you lose focus in the direction. So there's a good and bad side to everything. So you can actually make somebody your holy guardian angel. If you like the person, you want to adopt or align yourself with the principles and the philosophy of that person, you can adopt the person. If you feel that this person, you love them, you feel you connected to them, then quite naturally that person is your holy guardian angel. Okay, because you're following that person, you want to be like the person, you want to continue or walk in the footstep of that person or that deity. So any deity that you focus your mind, you try to emulate, or you feel that they have a lot of powerful influence over your life, we'll say that person is your holy guardian angel. Okay, so this is how it is in African spirituality. We have a lot of deities or people that we want to emulate. The essence of us focusing on these deities, on these principles, is because we want to incorporate certain characteristics that they represent, and we want to showcase them. So by focusing your attention on them, by calling their name, by giving offerings to them, giving offerings, giving drink, giving libation, gifts to them, doing spells with their name, you are actually inviting the spirit of this deity to come and live in you, to come into your spirit, your heart, your body, and your soul, to walk the earth again through you. You are actually becoming a vessel for that deity. You are actually becoming the deity. Okay, a physical representation, a physical manifestation of that deity. In other words, you are trying to channel the deity in you. Okay, and this is a very good thing because it will help you to move you in the direction of that spirit or that person to be able to do the things that we are doing during their lifetime and to continue in their legacy. And you will also be a role model for other people to copy and emulate as well. And this is how we need to grow as a nation. And if you look at Africa today, you will find that, especially Nigeria, let me use Nigeria as an example so that it will not mean that I'm blasting other people's country. When you come to Western world, you find out that they make sure that any good, positive black African influence, they try to hide that person, they try to erase their memory, or they try to discredit the person, they try to do something bad to spoil the name of the person so that people will not emulate that person, so that we black people will not have enough good characters to emulate. Instead, they'll be pushing like fake puppets or bad people, black people leaders that are selling their people into slavery. They want us to emulate them. They'll be carrying these artists that are puppets, people that they want you to emulate, people that are not talking about freedom, they are not talking about justice, they are not talking about equality. They don't bring you the. For if you talk about that, Western press is not going to show you. They're not going to promote you. For instance, like in America, now when you talk about the music scene, you're going to see like Beyonce and Jay-Z. But I'm not saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z not are not good people. They are trying on their own in respect of music. But if you look at their lifestyle, they are not really talking about oppression of black people. They are not really what you say radicals or Pan-Africans like that. They are just living their life, making money out of their music, doing good music. They are not something that if we really want to be free, we want to emulate. Because these people do not stand for making sure black people have equal rights. When you look at most of the rappers and the comedians, they are like coons. People that are not even talking about slavery. They'll say, oh, that is all gone. We are forgiving all the white people. We are cool with white people. White people is okay. Who they are oppressing us and say that they don't want to address the issue, the white elephant in the room, the problems that we are actually being oppressed. We are people, police brutality. People are being killed in America. The stealing of natural resources, reparations. They don't address issues that we bring us, that will make us grow. There are people that most of them they sing trash music, they talk trash, they do things that we make the black race look in a funny way, and these people are normally given accolades by the Western world because they want them to be like role models. They put them on TV all the time so that black people look up. They're going to see these coons. They want to pass them on like they are our leaders. They are people worthy of emulation. They don't really talk about people like Malcolm X. They don't want you to know anything about Malcolm X because Malcolm X will liberate your mind. They don't talk about Marcus Garvey. They're hiding them. When it comes to Martin Luther King, they only talk about the past. He's talking, I have a dream. With the radical part, they don't talk about it. They try to push them like you should forget about fighting for your right. You should just let everything slide and just take anything you see. This is BS. We cannot grow. Then they also push this their religion, push it all over the world that they are doing good work. This Christianity, Islam, that their God came to save us, our God is inferior. This kind of bullshit story. You are born in sin. Everybody is born in sin. You marry legally, you're still born in sin. You're not married legally, your child is still sinful. You need the blood of Jesus to wash you clean before you can go heaven. This is insultive. Very, very insultive philosophy that our people are accepting. You come, one person just come to your house one day, you must accept Jesus. All of you are born in sin. Nowadays, I don't tolerate Christians, and when they don't come to me. If a person should come to tell me that thing now that I am born in sin or my child is born in sin, we need to accept, I will slap the person. I don't see them anymore. There was a time these people come to my frequency because I was still trapped in Christianity. I accept now. Nobody preach to me anymore. I'm waiting for the person that will come to tell me that me and my child is born in sin so that I can be slap them. You go talk where we who born us in sin. You I go clear that day. Because it's insultive. We accept this insult because we don't know who we be. When you know who you are, you will not accept certain things. When people insult you politely, insult you in like they are trying to help you, insult your ancestors, insult your land. You cannot go to Thailand or India to go and preach, say you call yourself a pastor, say they are worshiping demons. They are going to deport you instantly. Instantly, you try this in Thailand that you say their gods are demons. So you try this in India or Japan. Instant deportation after maybe you receive some woto, some slap or some beating. But in Africa, you see people coming there, insult our spirituality, insult our ancestors every day. Where we let this slide. It's time that we stop allowing all this kind of insults to slide. Okay, it's because we don't know ourselves. So this kind of philosophy they push, then you see our pastors, all these criminals, all these pulpit bandits in Nigeria, people from Believer Love World, Redeem. The only thing Nigeria successfully exports to the whole world is religion. The only thing people are exporting other goods is what Nigerian criminal pastors exporting is religion. They have used it to destroy the continent, destroy the country. They are trying to export it to every part of the world. So if you're watching this channel, try to tell your government to not accept any pastor from Nigeria. They are all thieves. They have destroyed our country. They are going all over the world to destroy. They say heaven is real. They don't want to go to heaven. They are all planning to buy private jet, buying properties everywhere. But they tell you heaven is real. These people, they are criminals, they are scammers, they are fraudsters, they are con artists, and they are working in conjunction with our Nigerian criminal government to spread this evil all over the world. This is not good, and I have to speak against it. They are lies they are spreading. They are thieves. And Jesus Christ is the biggest thief in the world. He's a scallywag, and he's a bastard, and he's a gay. It's a useless thing. Jesus Christ is completely useless. He's a criminal. So you need to know all these things, and you need to know how to reject all these philosophies. Okay, you need to reject them because they cannot liberate the African mind, and they cannot empower you. So when you pick in people, or you need for your holy guardian angel, you need to pick people that stand for truth. Like somebody like Fela now. I always talk about Fela. Fela is the greatest musician to come out of Nigeria till dates. He's somebody that represents the spirit of African spirituality, that undying, unbeatable, indomitable spirit. Fela is the epitome of that spirit. And Fela is all about truth, justice, and the forward mobility, freedom of the black man. So right from time, even when I was a Christian, I was always fascinated by Fela. I knew this man was different. And I love the things. He always talk about truth, real things, things that resonate with me, even resonate with my spirit. Even though I was shamed in Christianity, his words, his music were still going into my heart, going into my spirit. I know yet what this man is talking is truth. And this man is better than all these fake pastors, all these evil people, all these politicians. This man is better than all of them. I knew that right inside me. So he's somebody that is worthy of emulation. He's still one of my holy guardian angels. When I do libation, I always call his name. He's somebody that we must push our children to look up to. That this man is a good man, is worthy of emulation, and we should support what he stands for and continue his legacy. So this man is a perfect example of a holy guardian angel. Sadly, nowadays musicians, if you look at the current Nigerian brand of musicians, they do good music, but not many of them can equal to Fela, equal to 1/3 of what Fela have done. And many of them are not worthy of emulation. Many of them cannot even speak truth. Their music are just like fast food, fried chicken, slam and dunk, or music, or good Afrobeat, or many of them, their life, they cannot really stand for truth. Many of them are sellouts. We cannot encourage our children to emulate many of these modern day Nigerian musicians because they don't stand for anything. They say if you don't stand for anything, you will stand for nothing. They cannot, many of them cannot speak truth. Many of them are so that many of them it's all about the money for them, all about the Benjamins, the Nairas, nothing else. So most of when I look at their music, the music is good to listen to relax, but these people, most of them don't really have any message. Only very few Nigerian musicians have message, have a direction, really want to change the condition, really want to use their music to wake African people. Very few of them. Most of them is just having a good time. Having a good time. Everywhere is burning. You want to have a good time. You don't have light in your country. You want to have a good time. Food not in your country. You don't want to have a good time. Your sense, it corrects. Fela knew that the country not set. You cannot be talking about having a good time when we never reach where we go. We are not there yet. So it's not all about having a good time. It's all about awakening consciousness of the people. It's all about sending a message. When somebody saying Nigeria jaga jaga, the government want to kill them. But he's saying the truth. The country jaga jaga, now the country is now zigzag. It don't worse where. We need to talk about them. If we don't talk, we don't use our music, we don't use our hearts, we don't use our platform to be fighting injustice, to be fighting corruption, to be saying the truth. Who will do it? Who are you waiting for to do it? Many of them are not willing to do it, and all they do is just to complain, complain, complain. These are not people worthy of emulation. Okay, they are just looking for fanfare, looking for attention. They don't care about the greater, the big picture. So most of them now, it's not people that we can emulate. We still go fall back to Fela. We still fall back to Bob Marley. We still fall back to even Michael Jackson that tried to use his music to unite the world, to fight against racism, and he did a very good job. He's still one of our ancestors, whether we like it or not. No musician is greater than Michael Jackson. I don't know if anyone will ever be greater than Michael Jackson. And it's our son, and it's also our deity too. We need to emulate it. We still have children that will be born like him. Okay, they need to look up to him. So we must keep in our Patreon. So we need to find that focus on things that we resonate with, that will give us our highest value, not things that will change us. So we need to find deities and principles that you resonate with. Those are the deities that are guiding you. The philosophies, the ideas that you need to fall behind to transform you, and you can also transform your world and the things around you. Okay, so this is what I have to say today about the importance of the holy guardian angel. Think of it as a role model, an astral or immaterial role model that you want to emulate, or somebody that is always speaking to you from the other side. When you hear their name, you hear their words, you always resonate with it. You know that this deity or this person represents your highest value in life. Of course, some people have evil holy guardian angels. They have evil people they want to emulate. Like Hitler is holy guardian angel to a lot of racists. These Nazi skinheads, they love Hitler. Okay, they love Hitler a lot. These are not people, good people. We need to resonate with people that are positive minded, and people that will free us, that will liberate us, that will empower us. Okay, so this is what I have to say today on this topic. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, close the subscribe button. And of course, if you have not gotten my book yet, it is still your quantum physics. If you have been hearing about quantum physics, this is the highest level of physics. Okay, this physics is the most powerful physics. This is the aspect of science that study the invisible particles of nature. This is quantum physics. It's not your regular physics we learn in school. This is the highest level of physics. How to communicate with the God particle, with the invisible particles of nature. This is a book. I wrote it. It is from an Afrocentric perspective. If you want to know everything about it, this is what it is here. Easy to understand. You get this book from me. It's not expensive. Okay. Then, of course, if you want to know about spell work, walking in the shadow of the gods, you need to get this book. It's very, very important. Please get this book. It's not expensive, and I'll ship it to you in any part of the world. It will empower you to liberate yourself, and to bring you up to speed with what is happening in the world of spells. Everybody needs this book, whether you advanced practitioner, intermediate, beginner. You need this book. Okay, so please get this book from me. Then if you want to do your spell work, your law spell, hexes, packs, whole 9 yards, you can contact me. My number is under this video. If you want to buy your spiritual items, oils, or stuff and other things that you will need, meditation beads, and anything about spirituality products, you contact me. I'll be able to give you. So apart from that, I thank you very much for today. For people that have been watching and supporting this channel, I am very, very delighted. And of course, I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. Take care and bye. Peace.